How you doing, Jarrett? Hodrevino, Devil's Digest. I know it's been a long time coming to be back in the starting lineup. Just talk about how you're approaching these bowl practices, and is this going to be your last game as a Sun Devil?
Yes, this is going to be my last game as a Sun Devil, and as an athlete in general. I guess I'm ongoing family circumstances back home. For these COVID years, the last couple of years, I need to take place and help my family out. So that definitely has to come first. And finally got back in the starting lineup, which is nice. I've been there once before, back freshman year and stuff like that. And it kind of sucks. I got plenty of eligibility left. You never know what might happen. If I get my family situations all handled out, there's always a possibility of coming back from talking to coaches. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to go ahead and play in the Las Vegas Bowl, which was my first bowl ever as a Sun Devil as well. So at the moment, came in as a Las Vegas Bowl and going out in the Las Vegas Bowl, which is kind of cool. Couldn't ask for a better opponent, and I feel ready. This is going to be a good game. But this whole year having Coach Kavanaugh as my coach, really honing in on the part I really needed, which was technique. Switching over from defensive line to offensive line, it's really what I needed. And I feel extremely comfortable stepping into the role, either as center or guard for this game.
Jarrett, is it hard to kind of stay ready when you're kind of a backup guy and you never know when your time is going to come? Do you get enough reps in practice to kind of stay sharp and be ready for that?
It is difficult, more I'd say in a mental standpoint. You got to stay ready to make sure you're locked into the game plan. Physically, I believe I've had so many reps throughout the years that I can step in when needed and perform, and that is my job. When someone goes down, you got to be ready to step in no matter what. So if you're not getting enough reps in practice, make sure you're getting the work in the weight room or after or before practice to make sure you can be ready so you don't let down your team, because if you go in, one person can make or break the whole chain. So you got to be ready.
Your family situation, how long has that been kind of tugging at you, and how difficult has it been just to kind of be all the way over here going through a season while that's going on?
Yeah, so that started right when COVID started, right when the shutdown happened last year. During Christmas, my grandma got COVID, and during that time period, she also had a major stroke. And I had I lived with my aunt and uncle as my guardians, or my parents growing up. And so there really is no one to really take care of my grandma. So it just puts a lot of stress on my family back home while they're trying to work full-time jobs. Owning a family dealership, it's difficult. So I got to go over there, help them out, and also, it's what you got to do. Sometimes, it's not what you want to happen, but it's what you got to do.
Chris? Jarrett, with Donovan's injury now, there's reshuffling with right tackle going to be different with Spencer, center's going to be different with Ben Scott. What do you think about just that dynamic and how you guys all are working together right now?
So through the first 2 days of practice, it's actually gone really well. Operationally was the number one thing you want to make sure when you're making 3 position changes. We've had no operation problems with the offensive line or assignment problems, which that's a great start. Technique-wise, guys, we've had a week and a half off. There's some technique things we got to change up, but every position that people have been moved into, we've all played before. Ben Scott has played center. He's done an amazing job at his athletic. Spencer's played tackle pretty much his whole career here. Just recently has been playing guard this year. And I played guard and center my whole career here. So there literally is nothing new to what we got to do. We just got to tighten in our techniques, like the coach has been saying. We all know the playbook front to back, and we just got to execute.
And what about specifically going up against Wisconsin's front, how that looks?
Going up to Wisconsin, they have a big front, so a big 30 front team. But the main thing we're going to have to do, we just got to pick up their linebackers. I think in this game it's going to be a big thing, but we just got to stay on our blocks. Stay on our blocks, finish. It's going to be the biggest thing. When you're looking at the film, you see a lot of teams, they have a lot of opportunities to run with the ball on this team, but they just don't finish their blocks like our coach was saying. They let their players fall off the block and they make the tackle. Other than not getting fitted up on these guys won't be an issue. Just make sure we keep our feet driving, keep our hands in tight, and keep moving our feet, and we should be able to run the ball on these guys no problem.
And then if this does end up being your last game as a Sun Devil, what are you going to miss most about being a football player here?
Well, that's easy. It's just the competitive spirit. I've always been a very competitive individual, And having that ability, mostly, of course during season, but in the off season, every single day you come in, you're competing in the weight room, you're competing on the field, speed and agility, conditioning. Everything you do is competition, and that's the main thing that drove me, for my athletic career. I love competing, and that's going to be the number one thing I'm going to miss. Hopefully, one day I'd be able to come back to it, but right now, competition is my driving factor for playing football.
Anyone else?
Yeah, just one more. Daniel Ngata will probably get most of the carries in it for the first time. What does he bring to the team, to the offense?
Okay, I love Daniel. I think he's gonna have a big game. He comes downhill quick. He's fast. He hits the hole quick, which we're gonna need for this team because these defensive linemen and linebackers, they come off the ball, boom, they punch, block, peek, shed every single time. So if Daniel can come hill down fast, he can shed off that first defender and he can break one for a big run. You've seen it versus, if you watch the Nebraska game, a couple big runs Nebraska had was they're running a tight zone. Their backs came downhill quick, shed off the first linebacker, one-on-one with the safety. And I'll take Daniel one-on-one with the safety, how shifty and how quick he is. So I think he's really stepping into a great role for this game because what we need is someone to come downhill and not be scared to haul ass down the middle. So I'm looking forward to it.
Your family owns a truck dealership, right?
Yeah, Bell's Truck Sales in Corona, California. One of the oldest businesses in Corona. We were, I think, the 9,000th business ever in California.
Wow.
So we've been there for a long time, so we want to keep it that way.
Show your logo.
Oh yeah, Las Vegas Bowl, year one, still wearing it. Yeah, represent it. Yeah, represent. It's cool. I'm really happy to be able to finish my career out here at Arizona State and also in the Las Vegas Bowl. So, thanks, question.
Thank you.